Don Lebatard.
Texter writes in here, so you and Big Stu are new and fresh now. Soon you will be old and stale.
Stugats.
That is true. Soon we will be the old stale thing, and that'll be sad, and you'll be sad for us, and we'll be sad, and I'll rail against it. It'll be a single shaking fist as I sink into the sea, and then it'll sink, and I'll be gone, and you'll miss me because I'll have become Francesa. But not yet, and not now. My time. Our time. But it's going to be great when that fist goes sinking into the sea. You guys are going to enjoy that.
This is the Don Lebatard Show with the Stugats on ESPN Radio.
This has been damn near a perfect hour for us in terms of imperfection. Perfectly imperfect to celebrate the 25-year anniversary of ESPN Radio. Can't even get an answer from corporate on whether one of the highest paid employees in the history of the company still works here.
No one knows.
Texter writes in, how can you say Ronda Rousey is beautiful? She's a trailer trash queen.
He's that guy.
He's always there for you.
Oh, yeah.
That guy is always there for you. His life is just replete with consensus beauty. That guy, you're so lucky, man. You are the luckiest that your life is filled with beautiful people that everyone would acknowledge. Man, that's an Abercrombie and Fitch ad. Is your life. That guy's always there for you. When you say someone's beautiful, that guy, Guillermo, put him on the poll. Is that guy the worst?
Yeah. That guy at least takes a swig of the Bud Light and goes, 4.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes or no? That guy. Is that guy the worst? You say someone's beautiful. He's there to tell you, no. You should see what rummages in my pants. That's beauty. Anyway, Liam is our babysitter. Liam is there to make sure, and he's done a hell of a bang-up job today, that we don't do anything stupid or get in any trouble. And he's always hovering over the show like a guillotine ever since we got suspended for putting up billboards in Cleveland mocking LeBron, and nobody knew about it, even though we were on the air doing it, which was weird. But now he's in charge of that, of knowing. And so we asked him, Liam, does Rick Reilly still work here? And his answer was, I don't know. And so he went to find out. And take me on your search here, Liam. What happened? Because as of 5 seconds ago, you still didn't have the answer. So explain to me what happened here.
Well, you guys asked the question. I didn't know. My board up with me, Steve Jung, didn't know. 3 other people came in from outside. They didn't know. I called our friend Chuck. He seemed to think that he didn't, but wasn't sure. So in the break, Mike says to me, what do you think? And I said, no one seems to know. So I called the news desk.
The news desk.
Their response was, I don't believe he does, but let me call you back. And as the segment started, it is confirmed. Rick Reilly does not work for us anymore.
All right. Yeah!
There you go.
Thank you, Liam. You're a real investigative reporter. We should give you some sort of prize, some sort of journalism prize for calling all over and, having a time period where we thought that Rick Reilly was Milton from Office Space. He's just holding on to a red stapler somewhere in the bowels of ESPN, collecting one of the biggest checks any of us have ever seen.
Because everyone's so confused, I still feel like there's a pretty decent chance that Rick Reilly received a direct deposit in the recent future from Disney. I really do.
Recent past.
I'm sorry. Did I say recent future? Yes. Recent past. Did I just say recent future? Did I really just say that? In the recent past.
25 magical years of ESPN Radio have birthed this.
You think I'll get mentioned tonight? The 25th anniversary
it's
show?
all you care about, isn't it?
I'm going to sit there and watch just to see if they mention me and you with my arms crossed on my couch. Just waiting to see if they mention me and you. And what's really going to set me off, and this is likely going to happen in the recent future, what is really going to set me off is they're just going to mention you. And if they do that, I'll have something for Olbermann tomorrow. I promise you.
it's only on radio. You can't watch anything.
Oh, I think it's a TV special.
Stugatz is going to be staring at his television, waiting for his name to be mentioned on a radio special.
I think it's a TV special. Nope, it's a radio special.
You've been reading the copy stiffly and sing-songing in the middle of it the way that you do. Can you update the polls, please? Let's update today's polls. We didn't even get to Juan Uribe's poll. At
Lebatard Show on Twitter. What show would Stugatz rather be doing daily? 78% of the audience said Mike and Mike.
Instead of us.
Instead of our show, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything worse than what the Heat put on the floor last night? 69% of the audience said no.
Nice.
Did you know that Westworld is a remake of a movie from the 1970s? 55% of the audience said no. Which is a more violent-sounding movie? Cannibal Holocaust? House of 1,000 Corpses? So we were having fun. 74% said Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah, I agree.
Does Juan Uribe deserve a bobblehead night? 58% of the audience said no. Do you think football is run by the smartest people? 92% of the audience said no. Who sucked the fun out of the show today? Dan, Jeff Van Gundy, or Old Money Charlie? 36% of the audience said Old Money Charlie.
Wow, an upset.
Yes. What's the better sound? Minnesota coach or Brent Musburger? Tight. 51% said the Minnesota coach.
Second down and 9.
Does Rick Reilly still work for ESPN? 72% of the audience said no.
Oh, they got it. We should have just asked the audience.
Yes,
like, who wants to be a millionaire? They know.
Is this guy the worst? 81% said yes.
This was the Dan Lebatard Show on ESPN Radio.